Hey guys, it's KJ here from the Scariest Movie Ever channel on YouTube, and we've got quite the mystery here on our hands today. Who is the mysterious figure on the new Israeli 100 shekel bill? And I'm not talking about the man right there in the lower right hand corner. There's a hidden image on here that's, well, it's hidden, somewhat, and it's not that easy to see until you blow it up a little bit. I'm piggybacking a little bit off of Dabu7's video he did just a few days ago about this very thing. So I'll leave a link below for Dabu's video. You should check that out if you get a chance, and I appreciate that he brought this information out. The reason I wanted to make a video on this is because I've covered a subject very similar to this in the past, and, well, this is going to be something to think about. So here's the image, and it's been blown up, and again, this is from Dabu7's video, so thanks again to Dabu for bringing this out. But you can see right there over to the left that this is clearly the image of a person, and this has been encoded on the new 100 shekel bill. Obviously it's a little bit blurry and there's not a lot of fantastic definition, but I believe there's enough there that shows us this is obviously, it looks like a man with a beard. Well, it might help if we do just a little bit more of an investigation here and check out a few more things. So there's obvious pyramid symbolism all over these bills. I mean, you can see there's one here, they got them up here, they even got one right down here. So we shouldn't really be surprised by the pyramid symbolism. We know a lot of times this is connected with the so-called Illuminati, or with the Zionist Jews, or the Kabbalist Jews. The Bible calls them the synagogue of Satan. These aren't the real Jews. These are the ones that are currently in control of that state. This right here is a sky view of the Supreme Court building. It's located in Jerusalem, and it just so happened to be donated to Israel by Dorothy Rothschild, who was the wife of James Armand Rothschild from the French banking dynasty. So I'd actually covered this in another video. There's tons of Freemasonic, Luciferian symbolism all throughout this building. There's even 33 steps inside. And there's something else I noticed on the new 100 shekel bill. So if you take a look right here, you see this? When you first lay your eyes on this area right here, what is it you see? When I first saw it, I saw a 111. And when you look closer, it turns out that those are 3 white pillars, and those are supposed to be, I guess, the shadows behind those pillars. So to me, there's the potential of this being an image within an image. Because when I looked at it further and I started connecting the dots on the symbolism all around this, I also saw this. Could it be a 111, or could it actually be a va 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 right here? I know many of you have seen this, a lot of us have covered this, it's been around for a long time. It's the 666. It's another representation of the 666, the va va va. So then it became more interesting to me again, just kind of questioning things, but could it be that this right here is a representation of the va va va, the 666? We also have the pyramids all over, and then we have the hidden image right down there. Because if you didn't already know, the Illuminati, or the controllers, the shadow controllers of this beast system, they love to put their mysteries onto money. I've said this in the past, I'll say it again. They took paper, they wrote their plans on it, coded their plans on it, and they called it money. So there are many money mysteries out there, specifically talking about American money here. And this is called lesser magic. This is just another example of how we are all programmed into these spells without even realizing it. This same idea applies to modern entertainment, not just movies, TV shows, and commercials, but even cartoons and comics. When I first saw this, and again knowing the subject that I'd covered just a while back, the first thing that came to my mind was this. Now before you get upset, let me explain. Many of us believe that we're in end times, that in a lot of ways we're kind of waiting on the event, the revelation of the man of perdition, the Antichrist, where the 42 months will begin. A lot of us are watching for this person to show up on the world stage. Now, of course, for many years, people have been convinced that it's going to be Obama, that Obama is the Antichrist. And of course we know he's no longer the president. But a lot of people are watching for him to come back in. That maybe once the event starts, World War III, once the bombs start popping off in America, whatever it may be, that somehow Obama is going to come back onto the world stage and wind up being revealed as the Antichrist. And I'm not a fortune teller, I can't see the future, so for all I know, this is a very real possibility. But in my video, The Biggest Lie the Devil Ever Told from 2015, I posed the same question. What if the real Antichrist winds up looking like this? Now, we really don't know what Jesus looks like. We were given all of these images from pagan Rome, from pagan Christianity. In fact, many people believe this is actually a picture of Constantine. And even aside from that, we're not supposed to worship idols, right? So we don't know what Jesus really looks like, and quite frankly, I don't really care what he looks like. I believe in him, I don't need the images, because who really knows? But wouldn't this be the greatest deception ever from the devil? Let's say World War III starts, the whole world starts going to hell, everything starts breaking loose, and all of a sudden, this person shows up that looks like this. Perhaps he'll come down with the so-called aliens or the orbs, part of the fake alien invasion, or the fallen angels coming down as UFO saviors. And this figure walked out of a spacecraft, or manifested out of an orb. Who knows? The Bible tells us the world will be deceived. And there are plenty of arguments to say that Obama has deceived the world, but he hadn't deceived all of us, right? We know better. And though he might not be the actual Antichrist, Obama, he certainly has an Antichrist spirit about him. I just wonder sometimes if he's a part of the deception. He gets everybody thinking that he's the one, and then this guy shows up. He's preaching peace and love on the surface, and everybody falls for it. It turns out that this is the final deception, the final Antichrist. I'm not saying that's what it's going to be. I'm just posing this question. And now on the new Israeli 100 shekel, we find the pyramids, of course. We know the pyramid is our enemy. We also find what could arguably be the Va Va Va, or the 666. And we also find this mysterious image of a man that, to me, when I first look at it, very much looks like the image of what we've been sold is Jesus Christ himself. These are subjects that not only fascinate me, I'm actually addicted to. I love looking into stuff like this. I love questioning these things. And there's so much deception going on in the world. It's so crazy out there right now, even in so-called truth communities where you'd think you'd be safe, right? Even in different religious communities where you'd think people are going to be good people and trying to tell the truth. I mean, there's deception everywhere. It's all over the place. So these are crazy times, and these are times where we need to use our critical thinking, our logic, our reason, our spiritual discernment in all things. So I just wanted to make this video and put that out there as something for us to consider. And I'll be curious to see what your thoughts are below. So thank you very much for checking out the video, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Take care out there, and I'll talk to you a little later.